I guess first things first, I started out going to church with my grandparents. It was never really something I was into. Like, if you can't tell from seeing me greeting at the door when you guys walk in, I'm an energetic person. My grandparents go to an Anglican church, so it wasn't really a good fit for me. Like, basically, I went pretty much every Sunday until I was like 7 years old, and then I would go on and off until I think I stopped going completely when I was like 14. I love my parents. Like, they're the two people that will do anything for me, and I'm sure if they could take back half the things that has happened, they definitely would. But like, both of them were alcoholics when I was growing up, and like, it's a nasty habit and leads to some pretty bad memories. Like, probably the most prominent one that is the most one that I think about is when I almost lost my mom. She, like I mentioned, was an alcoholic, and when I was 13 years old, she almost died because of it. She had a chronic liver and kidney failure, and I still remember the day that we woke up and her skin was like pretty much a pale yellow, and we took her to the hospital, and the doctors didn't think that she was going to make it. She was shipped down to St. John for emergency treatment, and I thought that I had said goodbye to my mom, but luckily she pulled through. Even though I stopped going to church, I always went to this Christian camp. It was called Camp Brookwood. It's in the middle of nowhere in New Brunswick, which is awesome. I love New Brunswick, lots of trees. And it was like a really small camp, like 20 kids, really isolated environment where we can just learn to like play with each other and actually grow in faith. And so I kept going to this camp every summer, and I guess my last year at camp, so like when I was 16 years old, I finally said, hey, God, whatever it is that this Jesus thing is about, I'm in. So halfway through my senior year, at the end of my senior year, I forget exactly, but I remember exactly what was said to this day. My parents sat me down and explained to me something that I'll never forget. So my dad that had raised me wasn't my biological father. When I was 6 months old, I had a heart surgery that saved my life. I had 3 holes in my heart, and they needed to be surgically repaired. And so I was a dying infant in a hospital. And my biological father left my mom when I was dying in the hospital. Words can't even begin to describe how that made me feel. Hurt, anger, frustrated, enraged. And it's not even what he did to me. I can live with that. I'm a big boy, I can handle when people hurt me. It's what he did to her. The woman I almost lost when I was 13 years old. The woman that has been the one constant good thing in my life. He did that to her. Like, I couldn't even begin to comprehend how to deal with this anger. And I basically stopped believing in a God that said that he'd always be there for me. It was getting to the point where my friends were calling me bipolar, because one moment I'd be me and the other moment I'd be this angry, selfish jerk. I still went to church, as you guys could probably tell. I've been at Deepwater for who knows how long, and I did volunteering things, but it's because I like helping people. It wasn't because I felt that God wanted me to do it. It's because I liked to say hello to people in the morning, and I liked to give people a hand setting up stuff in the morning. That's basically all it was. God's been really talking to me through AJ, and basically that one... you guys might remember that one service where AJ's been like, okay, God's been calling you guys to do something for a while, and he asked us to stand up if we agreed to do it, and I did. It wasn't like an instant thing, but I honestly felt better. Even that admittance that I needed help was something that was really overwhelming, and it really started to change my approach to what was going on. And I can honestly say that I believe in Jesus again. Like, He didn't leave me. If anything, I turned my back on him because I was so angry. God's been really talking to me over the last few months, and he's made it clear that it's okay that I can't handle it alone. It's not a big deal. We can't handle these things by ourselves. We need God, and we need other people. And so now that I believe in God again, and because my first baptism didn't mean anything to me, I want to make a public statement that if God will help me through everything that's wrong with my life, then I am willing to follow him for the rest of my life.